everyone, this is Kishaunna. Welcome to my channel, Kish for Destiny, where I enlighten you on your destiny. Usually, I'm very good at interpreting dreams, but there's still some parts of this dream that I'm not so sure about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share it with you, and I want to hear what you really think. And so I had this dream that we were at this place I used to work at, and everyone was kind of um, just missing. And I was wondering, where is everybody? I found everybody at the doorway looking up to the sky. So I came to find out, what were you all looking at? When I turned my head to the clouds, the first thing I noticed is that everywhere was dark outside, and this was a daytime. It was daytime. It was about 1 o'clock in the day because I did check my time. It was maybe 1:34. If I should be specific, I believe that's the time that I saw. And I'm like, why is it dark outside? It really looked like it was nighttime. And so I was like, wait a minute, why is it nighttime? Why is the sky black? And while we were there looking up at this night sky or daytime, I said, let me go check on the other side of the building and look at the sky from that direction and see if I still see the same night clouds. And so I went over to that side of the building and found me a window and started to look. But what I saw now was an opening between the dark clouds. There was like this much. The dark cloud is below my hand and above my hand, and then right in between where my face is, there's like a gap of blue sky with white clouds. And that blue is not like the blue we're accustomed to. It was a brighter shade of blue, almost like cobalt blue. I'm a designer, so I use a lot of blue colors and know the blue chart a lot. But this blue was just really such a rich shade of blue, and the clouds were really thick, puffy clouds. These clouds were shaped in forms that we've never seen them before. It was the most beautiful sky I've ever seen. It was a new sky. It wasn't the sky we'd ever seen. This was a new sky that was emerging out of the black clouds, the dark night clouds. While I was there looking, I was like, oh my God, why does the sky look like this? Then appeared in the blue part of the sky an eye, and the eye was formed out of the clouds and the blue that was behind it, but then it was a real eye that was looking at me. And I started to say to everybody, hey, because I could shout so they can hear me from the other side of the building. I started to shout to them, hey, look, do you guys see the eye in the sky? And then it turned into two eyes and a face was forming. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a face in the sky. There's somebody looking at us. There's somebody watching us. And I'm looking, but it was beautiful. It wasn't something that brought fear on me. And so I'm thinking it could be the eye of God. It was a very pleasant, beautiful eye. It wasn't something that looked scary. It looked like a real eye just made out of clouds and blue sky. And so while I was seeing the face, then I'm like, the sky's trying to show us something. I'm telling everybody, let's watch the sky. And then I saw these billboards appeared in the sky right below the eye. And they were coming up, but they weren't so bright. They were faintly coming up. These stores that I'm familiar with, stores like Ross, stores like TJ Maxx, stores like Michael's. So these are the signs of these stores that I am seeing popping up in the clouds. And I'm looking, I'm saying, but wait a minute, why am I seeing like some stores are being formed in the sky? Surely those are logos of some popular stores that we're familiar with. I know I saw Michael's, and I know I saw another red one that could be TJ Maxx. It looks like the whole brand, that whole brand of stores that owned by Marshalls and Home Goods and TJ Maxx. I saw that whole logo. Those different stores were there. And I'm looking and I'm like, guys, look, why am I seeing those clouds, those stores, logos in the sky? And that was the end of my dream. Now, guys, I know when I get one of those compelling prophetic dreams that were trying to tell me something. And so I've been trying to wrap my mind around it, trying to see if I missed anything, and just making sure I can pull it as much out of my memory as possible, because this is a dream at some point during the night, and most times I have multiple dreams during the night. So to get one particular dream that stands out above the others is usually my way of knowing that there's something here that you need to pay attention to. The sky's talking to us. There's something we're going to see, learn, and understand from the sky. And we know that our sky and the clouds, it controls the atmosphere. And we know that readings or anything that's visible in the clouds usually are terrifying, and usually they mean something that is supernatural and prophetic, something we have no control over. But I felt like in this particular dream, the sky was a TV monitor and it was speaking to us. What I wanted to come and share with you about this dream. Let me hear what you guys think. I have one more dream that I'm going to share with you, but I'll do that in a different video. But I feel like our clouds and our sky is also always matching the atmosphere of whatever is going on earth. And I feel like from just watching the weather looks a little bit out of normal, out of sync. Looks like it's almost confused. But the weather, to me, the climate, the sky, since the whole pandemic started of the virus, it seems to, I have a very close connection to what is happening with the sky, what is happening with our weather and our climate. And I believe it's something within my the spirit of God that is making me have that connection, because I also had this dream again about the natural disaster that I'm going to talk to you about. And so I've been watching the weather. And as a true child of God, and we know the word of God says that in the end times we need to be watchful and very sober. And as a prophet of God, the Bible clearly tells us, as all who are prophets, that we are watchmen over the country. We are watchmen. And so we have to always be watching. And so sometimes we'll seem very weird and very strange, but like concerned about the sky. But I feel like there's a change in the entire atmosphere, and entire creation is going through it right now, because the sky, the weather every day is so unpredictable, more unpredictable, or maybe I'm just more sensitive to it. But it's definitely not right. It's spring, and it's just, there's a struggle for spring to really spring forth. There's just a struggle with the climate, and I need to watch the sky, because I'm asking God, whatever you have to show us, let us not miss it. And he's been asking me to make sure whatever he gives to me, I warn the people, lest if they do not turn and they fall into sin, he will require it of my hand. And I know this because he's been giving me a lot of these scriptures